Don't get carried away with trying to smell unique. A lot of men nowadays, they don't even wear cologne at all.
What are you talking about? Hope.
I asked 3 different guys this week. Random people, strangers. One of them was my server at a restaurant. It doesn't matter. Not every man is wearing fragrances every day. People like myself who are in the fragrance community understand how generic and basic a blue fragrance can be, or a versatile fragrance. But the majority of people, they don't wear cologne every day. Actually, it's weird for some people. I know, stupid, right? But if you do wear fragrances every day, I put together 11 different fragrances here. Versatility, gotta love it. And when you're looking for a versatile cologne, it doesn't have to be unique. You're unique just the way you are.
Oh, thanks a lot.
First one on this list is quite unique and it's very fresh. I look at it as the perfect springtime fragrance. It's just phenomenal. Artisan Pure by John Barbados. Ultimate springtime fragrance. This thing has spring's number and it, takes it out on dates and it doesn't return it till midnight. Doesn't even tell its dad that it's gonna be late. And the dad sits waiting at the top of the stairs with a shotgun. Don't walk in that house.
Where does it badly?
It's got a lot of freshness. It's got some herbal aspects in here. It is super fresh and it's super inviting. Love the way that this thing smells. It's like a really strong, sexy citrus fragrance for the springtime. It's beautiful. This thing smells like springtime. It's a versatile cologne. You can wear fresh fragrances any time of the year, really. I mean, I wore Hawass, which is next up on the list, but I wore this in 32-degree weather and I got 2 compliments. That just goes to show you that this whole like spicy in the wintertime, fresh in the summertime, it's shit. Just wear what you like to wear. Anyway, talking about Hawass, this is number 2 on the list and oh my gosh, this thing is so powerful. So it's like Invictus Aqua, but remove like the bubblegum sweetness of Invictus Aqua and replace it with some deep, dense spices. It's not a spicy fragrance by any means, not one bit. There's subtle nuances in there. It's like a swimming pool. Like you have a swimming pool and there's some floaties on the top of the swimming pool. They're just there for, just in case you want them. And that's what the spices are doing on this one. They're just there. They want to party. Bring out some White Claw. This thing is ready to party. Like I said before, it's Invictus Aqua, a little bit more spicy, and this thing lasts all day long. And it's fresh as hell. And another one that's really good with being really fresh is Vibrant Leather. It's not leather. Vetiver. I keep saying that. Vibrant Leather.
Speak clearly. What damage?
Vibrant Vetiver Delight. This thing has a lot of citruses in the top. It is super fresh. And the name kind of is a little misleading because it's focused on vetiver. I want to tell you that it doesn't really cater towards the vetiver all that much. It really focuses more on the other woods that are in this fragrance. It's smooth, creamy woods that are well balanced with some citruses and some juicy fruit. It's just super pleasant and very mass pleasing. If you get turned off from vetiver, I think this would be a great starting point if you're looking into getting into vetiver because it's not really that offensive. You can rock this any time of the year and it's versatile, beautiful. The greenness is real. This is right up there with Terre de Mes Eau Intense Vetiver for me. And if you guys watch the channel regularly, and if you don't, come on, subscribe. But I really love Eau Intense Vetiver. Love it. This one has, if we're talking about vetiver fragrances, this one is right up there with it. Okay, that's enough of the fresh fragrances. Let's talk a few spicier fragrances. So this one is also from a clone house, and that's Woody Oud. So obviously this is a take on Tom Ford Oud Wood. This thing is pretty much identical to Oud Wood. Woody Oud does it amazingly. It takes the whole DNA and it's not a refined version of Tom Ford Oud Wood, but it is super close to it. By no means does this reinvent the wheel. Oud Wood is such a versatile cologne. You can wear it in a professional setting, in a date setting, maybe stay away from a date setting. Usually with a date situation, you want something fresh and sweet. Anything with oud in it, maybe veer away from a first date with. Sophisticated, it's professional, and it's grown up too. So Maison Alhambra is their sub company, but Lattafa is the main company from what I know. They've got like sub companies for their sub companies and then other companies that are subbing out, but I'm talking about a Latafa Assad for the next pick. It's similar to Dior Sauvage Elixir, but this one is like $30, 20-ish, $22. I picked mine up for $22. It's a steal. It's a gorgeous price. The price tag alone is just phenomenal. I wore this the other day, and the next day I was in the shower and I was washing the back of my neck, and I was like, what does that smell? And I was smelling this. So it was sticking on my skin to the next day. Great longevity, great projection. It's super versatile as well. You can spray this under your clothes or on your clothes and get a really beautiful aroma. Just, it's so good. It's sexy as hell. It's pretty much a 1-to-1 clone of Dior Sauvage Elixir. And if you want to try this one out, or if you're interested in this one, but you want to try it out first, go to Sephora and spray on Sauvage Elixir, and just think of Sauvage Elixir, but just like less. That's this. Same scent, same everything. It's just the longevity on Sauvage Elixir lasts you until your life insurance policy goes up. If you wanted to get something a little bit more niche, or a little bit more expensive. More expensive cologne doesn't always mean that you're gonna get better performance or better projection, not by any means. You might get better quality ingredients. With this company, Mishane Hasavat, you're gonna get quality, projection, and longevity. This thing is super fresh. It's super uplifting. There's a lot of pineapple in here. There's also some moss in the base, and it's very well-rounded. This is similar to Creed Aventus if you kind of made it a little bit more grown up. Creed Aventus is like the pinnacle of expensive colognes for a lot of people in a lot of people's eyes. This one has a little bit more moss, and this one I feel like is the most risky blind buy that you can do in this entire list. A lot of these are very fresh, very versatile, but this one is a little bit more risky, I would say. It doesn't mean it's a bad scent whatsoever. You might not like this one compared to the other ones on the list, but this one has such a beautiful scent trail on it. It has a beautiful pineapple note at the top, and there's a lot of citruses at the top, and the main thing you're gonna get is some woods in the base, and also it just leans solely on that oak moss. Actually, a lot of people refer to it as mold, or the smell of mold when you spray it on your clothes. It turned me off initially, but I ended up buying it. I really do love it. I need to wear it a lot more because I love this stuff. Scent trail on it is superb. You can pretty much wear this any time of the year, and you'll be, maybe avoid it in the high heat of the summertime, but for the most part, you can wear it any time of the year. I pick up a lot of similarities to this next one with Hasavat. They're not identical, but I do pick up some similarities. Dior Homme 2020. This one is one of my favorite versatile colognes on my shelf. This thing has such good projection, such good longevity. It's a standard man.
I can't say I'm proud of myself.
But that's not a bad thing, because basic men smell great if they're wearing this. There's bergamot in here, there's woods, there's vetiver, cashmere, this has the potential to take a enthusiast that's getting into fragrances. They get into fragrances, they buy this, and then they get out of fragrances, and they get into like cars or collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't know. It's good. It's good. It's versatile. You don't have to think about it. You just throw it on and you smell like the best guy in the room. Call it generic. You could call it generic, and you're right. Let's talk about the most generic cologne on the planet and the most generic release on the planet. Armani Code Parfum. That was a bit rude. I do love this stuff. It's super versatile, but then again, it's the Armani Code DNA. I love the Armani Code DNA, so it's not a gripe on it, but it's the Armani Code DNA taken into the modern age. I love wearing this stuff. It's very versatile. It smells so clean, so fresh in the air. A little bit of woods in there. The powdery nature of the iris is so ever so present. Yeah, it's really good. But just know what you're buying with this one. You're buying a reformulation of the original Armani Code with a little bit of iris in here. Nothing groundbreaking. This scent DNA has been done before, and in the air, it smells like Armani Code. I'm griping on it a lot. I love this stuff. Don't get me twisted here. This is some excellent stuff. You don't have to think about how good you smell because you're just going to be smelling awesome. I was a little hesitant about adding this next one into the list because it is a little generic, but versatile colognes, like I said in the beginning, but a generic cologne is usually the best option you can go with when you're looking for versatility. Okay, enough talk, Nate. Dylan Blue by Versace. This is like a sexy, sexy blue fragrance. If you're older than say 30, maybe skip out on this one. Fragrance doesn't have an age number. I'm just saying that it's a little youthful. That's all I'm saying. I'm approaching my 30s and I'm scared shitless about it because I can't wear Dylan Blue. A lot of versatility, a lot of sexiness with this one. This is one of those fragrances that if somebody gets caught in your scent trail, there is no doubt in my mind they're loving the way you smell. Call it generic, call it whatever you want. There's no denying that. Or somebody would be like, ooh, my ex-boyfriend? Next one, Prada Luna Rosa Ocean. And this one is super fresh and super sweet as well. The performance on this one is a little lackluster. It doesn't last terribly long, but I would encourage you guys. I recently just bought, let me get them real quick. If you guys are into this fragrance hobby or anything, and you have fragrances like this that you love to wear, that don't really perform all that well, buy little decants. I bought like 500 of these things, and it was like 20 bucks. I just sprayed in, you know, the fragrance. I carry these in my car and I can just spray it on, you know, whenever, and I'm not bringing the whole bottle with me. I can put this in my pocket. Super convenient. I'll leave a link down in the description below. Go check it out if you want to. But anyway, back to Prada Luna Rosa. Ocean is just super fresh, obviously, but there's a caramel note in here and it doesn't come across as a caramel. It's like a fantasy note, really, in my opinion. You can pick up a bunch of different things with it, but if you really pick out caramel, caramel's gonna show up. It's like the don't think of a purple elephant. What are you thinking about right now? Yeah, exactly. That's what the caramel note does in here. But it does dry down to a very sweet, woody, marine kind of smell. It's stunning. It really is. The only thing is it just doesn't last all that long, but it is a stunning scent. The last one on this list, and this thing performs like a beast. This is Acqua di Gio Profondo. This thing is super fresh, super marine, and a little bit of a green aspect, like herbal aspect is what I'm talking about. It's got like an herbal aspect to it within that freshness of the aquatic nature. It has that modern, dense base in here with any kind of fresh cologne nowadays. I never get below 8 hours with this thing. And I am a bit of an oversprayer, so it takes me into the 12th hour. I'm smelling good all day long with this thing, and I don't have to worry about how I smell. I just smell great. And I know I may get a compliment here and there because I'm wearing a sexy, fresh cologne. This thing has compliments written all over it. Any of the Acqua di Gios are just compliment magnets, seriously. And they're versatile. You can spray this on. Don't worry about how you smell. You're just gonna smell like the best smelling dude in the room, seriously. It's very fresh, it's aquatic. You can wear this in the higher heat. It's beautiful. You're going to be the best smelling dude in the room. Hey, if you guys like fragrance related content, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you back. I do nothing but fragrance related content here on the channel. That's all I do. Take care and have a great day.